I'm worried. I really, really am. I'm worried about Jey Uso right now. His storyline, his booking, and potential future direction. That all of which is causing me to worry about his momentum. Is WWE mishandling main event Jey Uso? Let's analyze the situation and share our thoughts in this video. So Big J, he finally got it done. He finally rose to the occasion. He finally hoisted a championship in which has eluded him for years. He's finally beaten a guy that he hasn't been able to do up until now. Jey Uso won the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. This comes after the man had to outlast the likes of John Cena and Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Roman Reigns and many, many more in their Royal Rumble. He had to eliminate the GOAT in WWE's eyes, John Cena, to win the Royal Rumble. This is how significant this moment has been for him. And yes, even though he had just lost to Gunther like 2 weeks prior, WWE opted, hey, let's have Gunther defend the world title against Jey Uso. Let's have Jey Uso challenge a guy that he just lost to, and oh, by the way, has a history of never being able to beat when the stakes are on the line, or even in general when things are ready to pop off. And it was Jey Uso who had to get the fans behind him. And what was interesting is as we were going into this, as we were going into WrestleMania, the momentum started to sway a little bit and it started to decrease a little bit, and he started to have more detractors. Now, don't get me wrong, Jey Uso's always had naysayers, haters, if you will, doubting A, his position, B, if he's truly worthy of it, and C, whether or not he can really build off of it, even though WWE clearly believes in him, right? We all know that Jey Uso is not the greatest promo. We all know that Jey Uso is not the best in-ring worker. But at the end of the day, pro wrestling is a business, and this man draws business. He gets fan reactions, and he makes a ton of money off of merch because of it, and WWE profits off of it even more. So as we were going into WrestleMania, there was a lot of criticism. Hey, this build sucks. Hey, no one's believing in Jey. What are they doing? They're making a mistake. Are they going to have Gunther retain the title? Well, it was WrestleMania night 1 on Saturday, and they opened the biggest event of the year by having Jey Uso not only beat Gunther, they put this man to sleep. He got submitted. Now that's where everything picks up. Because, okay, we've seen the reach, we've seen the climb, we've seen Jey Uso get to this spot. Now what's next? Well, that answer was supposed to be given to us on Monday Night Raw. We tuned in. Raw after WrestleMania. What is the World Heavyweight Champion going to do? And I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have an answer for you. Why do I not have an answer for you? Because WWE didn't give us an answer to this question. What happens on Monday Night Raw? Well, I see Jey Uso coming out there, yeeting with everyone, celebrating, all smiles. Then I see Sami Zayn come out there. Then I see Big Jim. Big Jim comes out there. Jimmy Uso comes out there, and they're all celebrating the moment. And there is not a further development regarding Jey Uso. There is not a further development of where are we going with main event Jey Uso. What is next for main event Jey Uso? Who is next for main event Jey Uso? None of that is answered. I still have all these questions. Now, as I'm watching this segment, I'm seeing it develop. I go, okay, all right, are they gonna turn Sami Zayn? He's popular, he's over like Rover, but you know what? Sami Zayn, he's been a heel in the past. Matter of fact, he's been a fantastic heel in 2019 when he was the IC champion up until, throughout the pandemic and before he got within the bloodline. Hey, he was a phenomenal heel. The man, as likable or as annoying as you may find him, he can be a heel. That's fine. But no, they didn't do that. They didn't do a heel turn. Sammy didn't attack him from behind. Big Jim didn't attack him from behind. Nothing. They just walked out. Just happy-go-lucky. We had Backlash May 10th. Okay? It's in 3 weeks. There are no answers to be done here. There is nothing for us to go off of. Nothing. Now look, WWE, they could absolutely shoot an angle next week. Keep in mind that WWE is in a very weird spot right now because we have John Cena as the WWE champion, He's feuding with a SmackDown guy in Randy Orton. And the WWE Championship had been primarily used on SmackDown. World title was the top prize on Raw. I think it still will be, but it was the Raw after WrestleMania, and obviously Netflix is a bigger deal than USA Network. So we're in this little wonky period. And oh, by the way, WWE shot an angle where it looks like we're going to get Randy Orton versus John Cena for the WWE Championship at Backlash. You technically don't need Jey Uso on that show. You technically don't need Jey Uso to defend the World Heavyweight Championship. I think it would do him justice. I think you have a situation in which you have Jey Uso, who is a guy that has a ton of momentum within his fan base. He has a loyal fan base behind him. But I think that you have a lot of naysayers and a lot of haters out there. And I think if you're smart, you are trying to build up Jey Uso's fan base as much as possible. And if you're going to do so, how do you do that with a babyface? Well, you do it in two different ways. Number one, you do it where you have a big villainous heel who goes out there and absolutely destroys Jey Uso, which in turns should get the fans behind the babyface and Jey Uso. They did this with Gunther. It worked, but they also had to bring in his brother Jimmy. Jimmy got absolutely destroyed, left in a bloody mess. The other way you can do that, and this is maybe the direction in which WWE is going, which is he's going to be a fighting champion. He's going to go out there. He's going to hold open challenges. He's going to take on all comers. You bring him, he'll stack them, he'll beat them. That could be a direction in which they go. I just wish they would have gave us a direction. And I don't buy into this narrative of, well, WWE, it was such a newsworthy show and they shot so many angles and they started so many new feuds. We just didn't want to do that with Jey. We wanted to give Jey a feel-good moment. Screw that. I want to know where we're going. I want to know what's next for Jey. If I'm a Jey Uso fan, I'm happy that he's world champion. But at the same time, I want to know what's next. I want to know, who is he working with next? Is he going to lose the title of Backlash? Is he going to lose the title in June? Like, do I need to worry about his next feud? Or are they going to make him a short-term champion? There's so many questions in which could have been answered, and they opted not to do so. So I actually think if you're a Jey Uso fan, something I consider myself to be, I would want to know these answers. And I think WWE left those fans a little, unsettled. And that's why I'm a little worried.